What's going on? It's Epic Tetsu, and we are back with another demo review. Today we will be going over Wo Long. If you like games like Dark Souls, Elden Ring, and Nioh, you might want to keep a lookout for this one, because it's pretty awesome. Let's check it out. Alright, so first off we have character creation. You start out with your basic look and build, and then go from there. It is sped up, that way we don't bore you with, how long it took me going through all over the stuff. Um, you have a lot of like intricate little things you can do, and then you have some like base forms. Like they do have beards, and so you can choose from a few of those. And they have the ability to lengthen the beard, as you can see, or shorten it, do other things to it. There's a few base hairstyles, so you can kind of go from there. And once you choose one, you can do layering and editing of the hairdo. And I liked a lot of them. They were pretty good, especially for what it's supposed to be about. And then, of course, you can add parts to the back, and you can even color your hair, and you can do things like highlights and certain parts, or just like the tips and things like that. So overall, character creation was pretty good. Like I said, if you really get into it, there's a lot you can do with your face, eyes, jaw, nose, all that good stuff. So I spent some time in here, and then I finally kind of came up with this look that I kind of liked, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go with this, and you can do things like tattoos, scars, etc. So character creation, I give it about a 7 out of 10. So with that said, once you get done, you'll see some final things you can do and whatnot, and then you can check out some outfits, and then you pick kind of like your starting style, um, kind of like Ghost of Tsushima, I guess. All right, so let's get into some combat. This is a little bit past the beginning. There's a tutorial and all this other stuff. You have these statues, kind of like a bonfire, you could say. And they do have online lobby. That's where you're level up, things like that. So first off, graphically, I am playing on PS5, obviously. But this game is graphically very good looking. The level design is pretty neat from what I've played so far. These basic enemies can pose a problem. So I should have just come up here and backstab. When you see that little thing and it blinks like that, basically you can hit your triangle button, your heavy attack, and you'll be able to do basically a finisher and finish them off, which is what I should have done. So you press the up arrow. You can think of it like an Estus flask, and that'll restore your health. And it looks like I have 3 charges left of that. So getting the combat down wasn't overly too hard. But I was playing some other different kind of games before this, so it took me a minute to get used to some of the commands, and I was pressing the wrong buttons. What's really cool is to see that finisher. So you can jump off, that height or whatever, and you can just pretty much press triangle and just pounce down on the guy. So those are your regular enemies. This guy over here gave me some trouble, as you'll see. This was a pretty good attempt. I didn't show all the attempts I had done. I even summoned my beast. When you get that gauge charge, you can summon like a divine beast to help you out. Unfortunately, he kind of wasn't in my camera angle there, which did not help. And so we had a pretty good run, and then I don't know what happened. It's like my lock-on target thing. I might have accidentally clicked on something, and I ended up toast. So after many times coming through here, and that time, I realized, that I was doing this wrong. I was like, hey, didn't I pick my guy as kind of like a stealthy guy? So you can watch me come through here and actually be a little smarter about my tactics and watch me succeed. And then we'll get into some more stuff. So coming around was a smart option because facing him head on was not working for me. I was a little concerned when I jumped and I hit those pots because I wasn't sure if like the noise was going to make him turn around or if he knew like they're like my presence is behind him. So I waited for just a little bit and then I was like, okay, I'm good. Boom, backstab. Depletes a ton of his health. Now you'll notice there, he's down and you saw my blade and everything, my polearm went straight through the ground, everything. So when they're down like that and they still have health, they're kind of invulnerable, I guess. So you may want to wait for an enemy to get back up. We do have emotes. Very cool. Hit the touchpad, do all that. So easy, fast selection. So cool option there. Equipment. So I went in here to see, if I had some new stuff. And it looked like I had picked some stuff up. So basically just like Dark Souls, Elden Ring, all those kind of games, you do need to be careful of your weight and things of that nature to affect your playstyle. I went ahead to just go ahead and show you, equip this stuff, see what it looks like. I can't wait to actually see more of like all the kind of like weapons, outfits, etc. This is obviously just a demo and a demo review, but so far very cool stuff, very pleasing. To the eye as far as like, hey, we got, cosmetics and stuff. I went around and banged up a bunch of stuff. Anytime you see one of these, boom, it's like a bonfire, place your flag. That way you'll have a spawn point. Alright, so a lot of the wooden crates, barrels, etc. that I went into, I did not ever really remember getting anything out of. Doesn't mean there's not anything hidden behind them, but so far I haven't found anything that I remember of. Also, if you have other weapons, you can actually switch those by pressing, I believe it was R2 and the up arrow. You can change from like polearm to twin swords, or later I get an iron sword and start messing with that, and it's pretty cool. So let's watch a little more gameplay, and then we'll talk about some other stuff. Okay, so when you go to the statue to level up, which is something I probably should have done way before I even got down here, but I finally did it, you'll see you have like a water, a wood, fire, you have earth, and then metal. So each one of these levels up different stats, as opposed to just being able to go over and just level up your stats like in Dark Souls or Elden Ring or anything like this. You're actually leveling up one of these areas. So anytime you're doing that, you want to, make sure you're leveling up which stats you want to, like, your HP, attack, etc. So, pretty cool, actually. I kind of like the level up design, the wheel and everything and how that works. So I thought that was pretty cool, as opposed to just like, here's your stats and put points in it. So something similar and at the same time a little different. And you'll see the elemental abilities go up and down, etc. So that's something to pay attention to as well. I guess for attacking or defensive purposes. Alright, so let's talk about some abilities here. You'll see that I showed you the Divine Beast earlier, which that gauge is full, and it's like hit triangle and circle at the same time to summon them. So you can throw these like little things. I'm not really sure what it is. It's kind of like a ice flask smoke bomb thing. You can also pull out a bow and arrow by switching your weapons, but instead of up and using the up arrow, use the left and right directional buttons, and you'll see that here in just a second. Also, man, I'm trying to remember what, oh, yeah, of course you have throwing knives, things like that, so you can equip those and throw things, so very cool. The animations are pretty fluid, pretty sweet, I like those, and let's watch. I think this is where I do a really good bow shot, I think. Also, if you run up and you can double jump. Also, if you do that, like you run towards something and press X or hold X, you can like wall climb if the area allows you to. If not, you may need to look for another way up to that area. It just may not be accessible from the current way you're coming from. So the area looks pretty cool. They put a lot of time and effort into like the details and everything around. So the world environment looks really cool. So it's very pleasing. And I was thinking about jumping across, and then I decided against it. So we went back this way, and there was a dude up there on a ledge I saw. Yeah, there he is. Of course, R2 picks up your loot. Anytime you get something, you might want to check it out. I went to the wrong deal. Options does bring up your equipment and everything. And this helmet was pretty sweet. I didn't like it with my outfit. And so I was like, do I have anything else? And I was like, oh, wait, I do. But we had to take care of business. Aimed up just a tad. Boom. Pretty good. Alright, so we've covered quite a few things, so I'm just going to leave my final thoughts here, and then we'll just leave some gameplay and me fighting kind of like mini elite boss or something. I'm not sure what it was. So overall, just from the time I've spent on the demo, which is roughly a little over an hour, minus character creation, so I would say it's definitely a cool game so far, the demo. So my hopes for the game are really good. One to keep on your radar, definitely pay more attention to. It's well done. The areas look nice. The combat looks nice. I've seen a few different kinds of enemies already. A couple different weapons. I really enjoyed the pole arm. The twin swords I wasn't as good with, so that's when I switched to pole arm and really enjoyed that. The sword is really good. I enjoyed that. The cosmetic outfits, minus like the stats and everything, just like looking at them, very cool, very appealing. So I enjoyed what I've seen of that. The combat is really fluid. It's really fast. The dash is awesome, and then of course the jump, spinning, etc. The backstab animation looked good. Some of the areas you'll see you can kind of have like a camera issue with, but that's not uncommon in these kind of games. So I'm not going to like gripe and nitpick at that. So my final thoughts on this game are demo-wise. Like the demo was really fun, really enjoyable. I give it an 8 out of 10 just overall. Like it's a game that'll definitely be on my radar, and I will like to play at some point. Not sure when, but I definitely want to play it. So anyways, let's leave you with some combat, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.